started. So I'm just seated really tall in my chair. You can also do this on the floor if you want, or standing. Okay. We're just going to kind of get I call them resets. We're just going to get our body ready for exercise. So we're going to start with some belly breathing. We're going to just try to take one deep cleansing breath, long exhale. And let's go ahead and breathe deeply into our abdomen. Hi, Carol. We're going to do 5 times. So I'm going to breathe in, filling up my belly, and a long exhale. Keep going with those. And as you're exhaling, I want you just to think about any tension you have in your body, and we're just going to try to let that go with an exhale, okay? We'll completely get rid of it, but we're going to breathe in deeply. Exhale, just try to relax shoulders. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. A couple more. Deep inhale. Long exhale. And we'll go one more time with that. A deep inhale. Long exhale. Awesome. Okay, we're going to do some head nods now. I'm going to take my chin and my gaze down to the floor. And then I'm going to look up with my eyes and let my head follow. Good. And we do that a couple of times. Look down, head follows. Look up, head follows. Good. This can also help to kind of work out the kinks a little bit. And then by leading with our eyes, this little movement really helps us with our sense of balance and our proprioceptive system, which is basically just like knowing where we are in this moment, how our body kind of relates to the space around us. We'll do it one more time. Look up and look down. And now we're going to take that gaze over each shoulder. So I'm going to look to the right. I'm going to turn as far back as I can. And then we're going to switch sides. Feeling a nice stretch, maybe through your sides and through your shoulders, maybe your upper back as well. So we're going to let our eyes lead the way, and our head and our shoulders will follow. Hello.
Carol Rill just signed on. She originally signed up this person by
Yes.
accident. I just sent her the Zoom link.
Perfect. So she'll
Okay.
be coming. Thanks,
Yeah.
dear. Thank you so much. Okay. And then we're going to look again and look over our shoulder. Perfect. Okay, so if most of you are seated, we're gonna do just a side stretch here, and I can also you can do it standing as well. So I'm gonna hold on to my chair with my right hand, kind of right underneath my leg, and I'm just gonna take my left arm up and over and just do a gentle leaning to the side, keeping both of my sit bones on the chair so I feel really stable. Let's come out of that, and then we're going to switch sides. Over, nice stretch on the side. Good. And then we'll come down. We're going to do one more each side. Left arm goes up, and I'm going to reach over. Come on down, and then we'll hit the other side. Right arm goes up. Stretch. Go ahead and breathe in and nice exhale with that one. Good. Okay, before we get up, I'm going to just go ahead and do a seated. I'm going to show you from the side so you can see better. But I'm seated kind of right at the end of my chair. My heels are underneath my knees. I'm just going to take my body forward now and reach for the floor. And if you can't quite reach the floor, go ahead and put your hands around your ankles, maybe your shins, shoelaces, and then as you're there for a few seconds, you might feel like you can take your hands to the floor, maybe walk them out. With this stretch, you should feel it in your lower back in a good way. If it's painful, definitely go back to a sitting position, but this is a really nice low back stretch for us. We're going to do one more deep breath in and a nice long exhale. Very good, and then just walk your hands back. If your hands were on your shoes, just kind of come back up to a seated position. We're just gonna let the blood get back up to our head. All right, and so we're gonna do just a little bit of balancing work. And then we're gonna go into our routine. So have a chair near you or the wall, just in case you need it. But we're gonna go ahead and just stand on the left leg. I want you to really feel your feet, your toes rooting into the ground. Okay, give them some pressure there. And then we're gonna lift the right leg up. Try to let go. And if you find that that's easy, one thing that you could do, again, as long as you have something close by, is try to close your eyes. So if we can close our eyes and hold a balanced pose, we've kind of achieved something really super special. And so that's kind of the direction that we're going in. Once we start to feel really stable on the one leg, we're going to try to close our eyes and see if we can still hold it. Good, and then let's go ahead and switch to the other side. The other reason I really like these exercises is that it requires all of the muscles in the supporting leg to activate to hold us up. And our core muscles, so that all the muscles in our trunk, kind of between our ribs and our hips, they're all activating as well. Even though we might not feel them contracting, they're working hard so that we don't tip over. Okay, go ahead and set that foot down. And then let's go ahead and we're going to knock out some cross connects as a way to get blood flowing out of the body before we start our exercise routine. Good. And so how high can you bring those knees? And we want to make contact with the opposite leg, okay? So with your hand, you can touch your knee, opposite knee, or you can take your forearm to your quad, maybe even your elbow to your quad, if you're super flexible. Good. We're going to do 10 more of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. I'm just going to put my chair off to the side, and we're going to start with, we're going to do some hamstring curls, marches, cross connects, and then our ground zero jumps. And I'll instruct you on all of them as we go. The hamstring curls that we're going to start with are also called butt kickers. So I'm just going to bring my heel toward my bottom. Okay. And you can have your hands on your hips as we're doing this. But if you feel kind of warmed up, you've been up and around today and had some coffee, feel free to use those arms. We're just going to kind of, monitor the heart rate, see how you're feeling. If your heart rate just feels like it's spiking too much too early, just take the arms out of the equation. Okay, good job. We're going to do 10 more. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going right into marching. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a slower controlled march right now. And again, you can have your hands at your hips, up and swing up. And then if you make fists and kind of pump your arms, you're going to feel your arm movement a little bit different than just a swing. Okay, let's do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, and we're going right into our cross connects again. Okay, 3, 4, we're going to do 20. If my tempo is a little too fast, don't worry about it. You go at whatever tempo feels right for you right now. 5 more. 2 and 1. The ground zero jumps, which you might remember for those of you who've been in my class before, we're going to hinge, swing our arms back. My knees stay above my heels, okay? So I'm not squatting and throwing my hips back, swinging my arms back at the same time. There's 1, good. And 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. Good. Okay, we're gonna go back to the top with our hamstring curls, right into marching, cross connects, and then the ground zero jump, okay? All right, so let's hit those hamstring curls. I'm gonna use arms. You guys get to choose. You just do whatever feels right for your body. Sometimes if we show up for class, we're just showing up because we're tired, we don't have a lot to give. It's no problem. You just do what you can today. All right, let's do 2 more here and 2, and now we're gonna go right into our marching, okay? So those slow controlled marches, try to feel your abs lifting your leg, okay? Instead of just using momentum, see if you can really tune into those abdominals, the lower abs doing the lifting for you. Good. 2 more. There's 1 and 2. Into cross connect right away. Good. 4. Sorry, froze. 18, 19. Here's our last one. All right, we're going to do the ground zero jumps again. So we're going to swing back. So this motion, the reason that it is called what it is that it's a precursor to a box jump. So if you think about that you're about to jump up onto a platform, this is the movement that you would do right before you leave the floor. So we're doing the precursor, we're not going to leave the floor. 2 more. Last one. Good. Okay. We're going to go through that one more time, starting with our hamstring curls, and then we'll stop and get a little sip of water before we go to the next set. Okay. Good. So again, if you feel up for it, get those arms involved. Good. Just try to get that heel up towards your bottom. Perfect. 5 more. 2, 1. Into marching now. Good. If you're feeling warmed up and you want a little bit more cardio pump, you can go ahead and take your arms overhead. Totally optional. And 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Into cross connects, gang. This is our last set of cross connects. We have 10 more. 4, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, last one. And then we'll do 10 ground zero jumps just to finish this off. So hips go back. There's 1 and 2. And when you stand all the way up and your arms go overhead, I want you to just tighten everything in your body for half a second. Tighten up. Good. Tighten it right there. Awesome. I think there's 2 more. Last one. Awesome job, you guys. All right, grab a sip of water if you've got water close by. And then we're going to go into some sumo squats next, which are squats where we take a wide stance. And our feet are wider than our hips. And then we're going to have our toes slightly turned out. So not all the way out, about a 45-degree angle. And when we descend into that squat, our knees go over our toes. Okay, so the knees never come forward and our toes are turned out. We want to try to, and come on back up. Now, you need to just pay attention to your knees. So if your knees are creaky or painful when you squat, we have to respect what your knees are telling you. So your range of motion might be smaller, and that's okay. So the other thing I want you to think about is you're doing this squat stand. We're not just going to go up and down. We're going to think about the muscles and what they're doing, okay? As we go down, we're going to squeeze. We're going to tighten those quads. When I stand, I'm going to squeeze my glutes and my hamstrings. I just want to see if I can feel those muscles working, okay? All right. So I'm not talking. We're also going to do a chest squeeze. So if you were with me in my last class a couple of weeks ago, we're gonna squeeze against our hands as we go down, release as we come up. So my hands are very close to my chest, and it can be in a prayer position, or you can link your finger, you can connect your hands, and we're gonna squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good, well, I know I'm feeling it in my legs. So let's do about 3 more of these. 1, up and tighten, 2, and 3. Good. All right. So we're gonna stand on our right legs right now. And I just have my left toe on the ground just to help me with my balance. I am gonna root the toes of my right foot into the floor, and I'm gonna tighten up all these muscles, okay? And now, I do want you to have a chair or a wall there, just so that you can stand, and we're gonna squeeze the glute on the standing leg. Okay, so your glute is your butt muscle. So I just want you to squeeze it and release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. We're gonna do 2 more. Squeeze, release, and squeeze, release. Good job. All right, now we're gonna take the left leg, and I'm just gonna put my toe on the floor and turn my foot slightly in, okay? So my toe is not forward, it's turned slightly in, and I'm gonna lift. So now we're working the left leg, but our right leg is also working because it's supporting us. And because we kind of fired it up before we started this exercise, we fired it up with those glute squeezes, you might end up feeling like your right leg is working harder than the leg that we're lifting right now. Let's do 2 more. Good. Okay, now we're gonna bring the left leg forward, okay? So I'm gonna have my foot flexed this time, and which just means my toe is pointed up toward my body. When I do that, it really helps me to tighten the legs in my quad. And then I'm gonna lift and lower, okay? Lift and lower. And then I'm not gonna let my heel slam into the floor. I'm placing it down gently and just letting it kind of touch lightly, kiss the floor, come back up. Good. And again, you might be feeling this in your right hip, maybe your right glute, because that right leg has been supporting us for quite a bit now. Good. Let's do 2 more. Up and lower, and up and lower. Very nice. We're going to switch sides. You can stay standing the same way. So I'm going to stand on my left leg. I'm going to start to fire up those muscles. Okay. My toes are rooted into the floor. Actually, I am going to have to change on it because it will be inside the side leg with lifts. Good job. So let's go ahead and do our glute squeezes on that left side. So really squeeze and engage that glute. Release, squeeze, release, squeeze. That's 3. We're going to do 2 more. Squeeze and release, and squeeze and release. Good job. All right, so standing up again, we want perfect posture. So we're not looking down, we're looking straight ahead. Standing up as tall as we can possibly make ourselves. Maybe there's a little string above us that is like making us a half an inch taller. My right toe is now turned in, and I'm just going to do a little leg lift. It's not a big kick up. 30, good. It's just a controlled lift as high as it will go. 5, good. So it's not about height. It's more about trying to feel that muscle engage. We're going to do 3 more. There's 1, good. And 2, and last one, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna bring my right foot forward now, flex my foot. So I feel my quad tightening, and I'm just gonna lift that leg and lower. There's 2, good. And 3, 4. Challenge yourself to let go if you are holding on. 6, gentle placement back on the floor. 9 and 10. Awesome. Okay, we are going to move into, I want you to do just we're going to call it a static squat. I'm gonna have my feet a little wider, almost like in our sumo position. I'm not going down as far though. But we're gonna just engage those leg muscles a little bit while we do an upper body exercise. So we're gonna reach above our head, and we're gonna do our lat pull down, and we've got that imaginary rubber band up there, and we're just gonna pull down into the side a little bit, okay? I'm gonna show you from the side. So I'm reaching above my head and I'm pulling my elbows down. As I'm doing that, I'm bringing my shoulder blades together just a little bit, and then kind of think about those shoulder blades coming together and down just a little bit. So let's pull down, good. And then when we take our arms back up, I want you to imagine that somebody is pushing down on your biceps right here, pushing down, pushing down. So you have to fight against to get your arms back up, okay? It's just amazing what we can do with imagined resistance, okay? Good job. Down and up. Let's do 2 more. Hold down with control, go back up. Get a good handle on that rubber band, pull down and really stretch. Good, excellent job. Okay, and now we're just gonna finish that with just a little cardio with a step jack. Yeah, and Carol, I'll have you put your weights down. So when we do a step jack, I'm standing kind of like a pencil. This is my starting position. Feet, hands at my side. I'm gonna step out to the right as my hands come overhead, and then I come back. Good, and I'm gonna go to the other side. If anybody is able to do the full jumping jack, you just go for it, okay? So I'm gonna do the modified version here with the step out. Good. We're gonna do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Good. Okay, we're gonna go back to some of our balance work. We're not going to do as many of the glute squeezes because now I think that since our leg is kind of warmed up and fired up, we're going to get it a little faster. So standing on the right leg first, go ahead and engage that glute, just like we did that squeeze earlier. And we're going to turn in the toe of the left leg, and let's go ahead and do some lifts here. And this time we're going to add a reverse kick. And 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, good. So I'm just turning my body so you can see my rear kick, okay? I want you to stay up really tall, so resist the urge to lean over, because if I lean, I can get my leg higher. But again, it's not about how high can I get my leg. I'm gonna squeeze the glute of my left leg as I lift, and it's only going up that high. 3, 4, 5, 6, get that glute engage, 8, 9, last one. Good, now we're gonna come to the front. We're gonna do it a little differently instead of our full straight leg lift. We're going to bring that leg up. Let me show you from this side. So my quad is at about the same angle as my hip. If you can't get it up that high, it's okay, you can come here. Okay, but we're gonna hold that leg, and then we're gonna extend and bend. Let me show you from this side again. Extend and bend, good. We get much more quad engagement from this instead of that leg lift. If this doesn't feel good, if you like that other one better, you are welcome to still do the straight leg lift, okay? But if you feel okay with this guy, let's do 2 more. There's 1 and 2, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna take it all to the other side. I'm gonna stand on my left foot now, rooting down my toes to the floor, engaging that glute. My right toe is pointed in, and I'm gonna lift and lower. I'm gonna do some side leg lifts. While I'm multitasking, take off my sweater. Good. Let's do 4 more. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Perfect. All right, I'm going to turn towards my chair. I'm going to do my rear leg lift now. Okay. Again, I'm standing up really nice and tall. I'm checking in with my left leg and making sure that my glute is still squeezing and engaged. I'm gonna lift my heel. So my foot is still flexed, just a little leg lift. 3, concentrating on the glute on the right side. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Shake them out if you need to. And then the last exercise for the right leg is going to be the leg extension. Okay. So, just turn myself a little bit here. So I've got my right leg lifted. I'm checking in with my left leg, making sure my toes are rooted to the floor, and I've got a good squeeze in my left glute. And now I'm going to work my right quads by extending my leg and bending. And so if you're down here, that's totally fine. Extend and bend. So when you extend it, that's the work. I want you to feel your quad tighten up. Good. We're going to do 3 more. There's 1 and 2 and 3. Very nice. Okay, we'll shake that out. Right? Okay, so we're going to go into our little sumo squat fold down, and we're going to do our lat pull down. Okay, so my feet are a little wider than hip width. I'm just going to gently sit into that. I'm going to tighten up all my leg muscles and just ask them to hold that flexing position while I have my hands overhead, grabbing the organ and pulling down. I'm pretending it's really, really hard to pull down, and then someone is pushing against my biceps as my arms go up, pushing past that force. And 3, good. And 4, awesome. 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. And I realized we forgot to do our sumo squat with our chest squeeze. So we're going to actually multitask this, okay? So what we're going to do is just a small march. I just want your feet in motion, okay? While we do our chest squeeze, okay? So go ahead and push against your hands. Feel your pectorals engage, okay? When you make that squeeze, release, squeeze, release. You have to really push against your hands. You might even feel it in the back of your arm a little bit because our triceps and our pectorals work together. They are our pushing muscles. Good. Yeah, just keep in motion there. We're going to do about 10 more squeezes. Release and 2, release 3 and 4, 5, good. And 6, let's do 1 more. We're going to hold it. Hold that squeeze for about 3 counts. Just press, press, press. Don't release it. Press, press, press. Good job. And release. Okay. So we're going to finish this round with our step jacks. So I'm starting with my feet together, hands at my side. I'm going to step out one direction. Doesn't matter which way you go. Arms go up. Come on, back together. And 2. Good. This feels good. It's kind of getting that blood flowing to the legs. When we're in that static position, the blood isn't flowing in the same way. So now it's bringing all that healing oxygen back to our joints and our muscles. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Last one. Excellent job. Okay. We are going to have a chair close by. If you have one, we're going to do sit down stand-ups. So I'm basically sitting down to my chair, standing back up. If you feel pretty good with your squat, you could just do a bodyweight squat instead, where you're just driving your hips back and standing. Okay, it's up to you. And I'm just going to turn my chair to the side so we have a better view of my sit down stand-up. Okay, so my feet are about 6 or 8 inches in front of the chair, okay? So I'm not way back here. I'm a little bit forward so that when I drop my hips back, I can touch that chair, but not be all the way back here. Okay, and we can start seated. That might help. Okay, ready? We're going to do 10. There's 1, sit back down. And 2. and 3. I want you to be really aware of your core right now. So suck your belly in nice and tight. 5 and 6. Belly, 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 7. And we also have to breathe. 8. And we're exhaling as we stand. And last one, and exhale as we stand. Good. Okay, we're gonna go into a march with the reach right now. So we're gonna march. I'm gonna bring my left leg up and my right arm goes overhead. Okay. So we're gonna march and reach. 2 for 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How's your posture, you guys? Are you standing up as tall as you can? Is your belly engaged? What I mean by that is pulling that belly button into the spine. 2 more, 1 and 2. Excellent. Okay. And now we're going to just do some side steps before we repeat. So in the side step, I'm taking my leg out to the right and then tapping my left foot in. And then I'm going to do it to the other side. If you want to get a little fancy, you can take your foot to the back, and almost like a little Charleston move. You can turn it into a little dance. You can do a step knee. If you don't want to tap, you can just kind of play with it. See what feels good. And then, depending on how your heart rate's been doing lately, go ahead and incorporate those arms if you can. Good. We're going to do 10 more. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Good. Okay, we're going to start back with our sit down, stand up, or our squats into our march with the reach, and then our little side step. Okay. So I'm going to start in the seated position, just so I know where my chair is. Get my feet set, and let's knock out 10. Ready? Core is involved. Core is engaged. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to inhale now. On my way down, I'm going to exhale as I stand. Inhale on the way down. Exhale. Good. I think that's 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. If anybody has any trouble with that move because of knee pain, please give me a little shout out. The modification for that is a wall sit. And so just wanted to throw that out there. If everybody's good, we're good to go on. I'm going to march with the reach now. Okay. And I want some energy here as you're taking that hand above your head. Okay. Good. So let's be intentional about our movement. Let's just think about everything that's going on in our body. So we're lifting that leg, our abs are contracting. Good. Our hearts are beginning to pump because we've got some overhead stuff going on. Good. Let's do 3 more. 1 and 2 and 3. Excellent. Let's go right into our side steps. I'm going to do more of a skater version now, just so you can see it. Okay. So my knees are bent a little bit. And this is almost like a lunge position, okay? But again, if you're happy here, a little taller, doing those side steps, keep on going. Good. And your arms can just be doing whatever feels the best to you. Maybe 10 more. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Good job. All right, do you want to do, okay. All right, we're going to stop there. We're going to come on down to the floor and do some floor work. Carol, you go ahead and sit in your chair. And we are going to do a little rolling down exercise. So Carol, if you just sit in your chair, kind of like toward the end of it, and tuck your hands underneath your chair, I'm just going to have you roll your body back, okay? Yeah, like that, perfect. And then if you're on the floor, we're gonna hold on behind our legs, and we're just gonna roll down nice and easy, nice and easy. Let that low back touch, and then come on back up if you can. I want your chin tucked, okay? Chin tucked to your chest. So we don't have a flat back when we're doing this. That's gonna cause some strain in your neck. and your shoulders. So we round our back, let that low back touch first, and then come on back up. Good. Let's do a couple more of those. Roll on down. Come on back up. Good. We're gonna roll back and come on back up. Awesome. Let's do it one more time. And we're gonna roll back, let that low back touch, and come on back up. Beautiful job. All right, we're gonna actually roll down now and stay down, okay? And we're gonna go into a glute bridge. So Carol, in your seated position, you're gonna do a glute squeeze for me, okay? And we're gonna do like 15 of them. So you're gonna go ahead and squeeze your glutes as you're sitting there nice and tall. If you're on the floor with me, we're gonna lift our hips up off the floor and really squeeze. So before you go back down, I also want you just to bring your awareness to your lower abs because they're also working here. Lower down and lift back up. Good. So think about, where do you feel the tension? You might even feel it in your quads, maybe your hamstrings a little bit. If you do get a Charlie horse, just relax for a second and stretch it out a little. Good. We're going to lower slowly. As soon as those hips touch the floor, we're going to come on back up and think about your abs, your glutes, all the things that are working to get those hips off the floor. Good. Let's do 2 more here. There's 1, squeeze, lower slowly, and back up again. Beautiful job. All right. We're going to stay in this position. And we're going to do some leg circles. And so my left leg is going to stay bent. My right leg is extended. And I'm just going to come up and do a circle. We're going to just try position here. And then Carol, you can also do a seated leg circle. And if it feels a little clunky, or if you feel like your hip flexor is painful, which is right up here in your quad, you can do a bent knee lift. Okay, so you can just bend your knee and lift it in just kind of a circular motion. Good. Okay, and then let's go the other direction. Okay, so if you were going clockwise, let's go counterclockwise, or just the opposite. Let's do 2 more. 5. Good. All right, we're going to switch legs. So my right foot is on the floor now, my left leg is extended, and I'm going to do 5 circles, one direction. Good. Keep on going. After 5, you're going to switch direction. And here I'm just going to show you from sitting up really tall and just lifting, getting a little rotation in that leg. And you can also try standing. If this feels a little bit better, you're welcome to also do it in standing position. Okay. 4. And last one. Good. Okay. While y'all on the floor, hold on just a second. Carol, from your seated position, you're going to be sitting up really tall, and we're going to now do just a single knee lift. And as you lift your knee, you're going to just kind of bring your shoulders forward and try to feel that abdominal crunch. Okay. For my friends on the floor, we're going to be in a tabletop position. Okay. And I'm going to have you can try this 2 different ways. We can drop a heel to the floor, come on back up. And so for people who have like lower back pain when they do ab work, this is a good way to do it. But if you're finding that that is kind of feels easy or you need more challenge, we're going to go ahead and drop a straight leg down. Try not to touch the floor. Straight leg down. While the other leg is in a tabletop. You are welcome to hold on to the back of your leg that's in the tabletop. That might help you feel a little more secure, and we really want to be driving that low back into the floor. Okay, and then if you want to lift your head and shoulders up, if that's helpful. If you do have neck tension though, when you do something like this, you're just going to keep your head on the floor. Good. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Perfect. Good. And we're going to do one more each side. Just move to the left and to the right. Okay, now you're going to actually just take those knees in for a second. Just give them a nice hug and massage your low back a little bit. Okay, so if you're on the floor, I want you to roll over to the right side. So don't whip your body up, and you're going to come over to hands and knees. And Carol, I'm going to have you do a standing version of the bird dog, which is really just going to be a march with a reach, okay? So for those of you on the floor, we're on our hands and knees, and I'm going to extend my right arm and my left leg, okay? And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to show you from the side now. Good. So be very careful when you do this exercise. We don't want to lift the leg up. Okay, again, so it's not about how high can we get it. We really want that leg to be right in line with our torso. And something that really helps me is to think about pushing through my heel. So it's almost like I can make my leg longer by pushing my heel toward the back wall. And I'm just really lengthening my body right here, trying to get my fingertips a little closer to the wall in front of me while my heel is pushing behind me. So I'm going to just try to make myself a half an inch longer right there. Good. All right. We're going to do 2 more each side. So there's left and right. One more time. Left and right. Beautiful. Okay. And then if you're on the floor, extra challenge. Oh, Carol, I like what you're doing. I'm going to do this in a second. If you're on the floor, what we're going to do, tabletop position here. But I'm going to dig my toes into the floor. I'm going to lift my knees just a half an inch off the floor. And I want you to hold that count for 5. And then you're going to lower your knees back to the floor and do that 3 times. So Carol, we can do that also in your plank position here. Okay. Yeah, but so I'm going to have you do something a little different. So I'm going to have you just walk those feet out. Very nice. Yeah. I just want you to hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just bring your legs in. Just relax. Go back out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And we'll do it one more time. And there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. All right, let me check my time here. We are at 11:12. Okay, we're going to do a short version so we finish at 11:15 today. Carol, go ahead and take a seat, and we're going to go back with, you're going to do kind of your seated crunches, okay, lifting 1 leg at a time. And for those of you on the floor, let's do 5 rollbacks, okay? So we're going to put our hands behind our legs, and we're going to roll down nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's come on back up. And exhale, tuck your chin, roll down vertebra by vertebra, good, and then come on back up. Try 3 more of those, nice and slow. Tuck your chin, good. Pretend you're holding an orange under your chin. Roll down nice and slow, that low back touches. Come back up using our abs. 1 last time, and then we're gonna stay down. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Carol, you're going to go to seated glute squeezes. Okay. If you're on the floor with me, we're going to do glute bridges. Just for fun, I want you to take your right leg further out than your left leg. So your left leg is kind of closer to your bottom, and your right leg is in front. So this is a staggered stance. We're going to do 5 of these. And what happens when you stagger your stance? The foot that's closer to your bottom, that leg is working a little bit harder. It's almost like doing a single leg glute squeeze. That was 5. We're going to switch feet. Bring your right foot in toward the bottom. The left foot goes out a little further. Push 1. Good. Lower slowly. Touch and go. 2 and 3 and 4. Good. And last one. Excellent job. All right, bring your knees up, or your legs up, sorry. So your knees are above your hips, and we're in a tabletop position. Carol, this is where you're gonna do a standing march with a reach, okay? How are those abs doing, you guys? How are those abs engaged? You can go ahead and drop a heel to the floor, lift back up. Or if you're able to, and your low back is safe, you can go ahead and drop a straight leg to the floor, come on back up. Feel free to go ahead and put those fingertips behind the leg that stays in the tabletop position. I just give you the counterbalance that you need. If you have any low back discomfort, I want you to go just to the knee drop. I'm sorry, the heel drop. Perfect. We're gonna do a couple more here. There's 1 and 2. We'll do 1 more each leg. And 3. Good. And 4. Nice. Give those knees a squeeze. Pull them into your chest. Rock that low back on the floor. And then let's go ahead and turn over to your right side. Come up to all fours. And then we're going to knock out, let's do 8 bird dogs, 4 each side. And then we can be done today. Okay. And Carol, I'm just going to have you hold, you can just hold a plank position. Okay. Like we did earlier. All right. Hands and knees. I'm going to extend my left hand and the right leg. Good. I'm bringing it back. And switch. Nice extension. 3. Good. Thinking about my abs the whole time. Everything's engaged. Tightening my leg muscles as I extend. And 7. We got 1 more. And 8. Beautiful. All right. If you're on the floor, if anybody has to go, I know I said we do 45 minutes, you feel free to click off and go about your day. And thank you for being here. I'm just going to do a couple stretches with everybody. If you're on the floor, we can go ahead and sink into a child's pose. You're going to have your knees are wide, toes are together, and we just drop your hips back. Just extend those arms in front of you. This is a lovely, lovely restorative pose. Carol, I like what you're doing there. I'm going to show you another one in a seat. And like we did earlier in the class, just go ahead and let your feet come as wide as you want them. And then just bring your hands down, maybe to your shoes, to the floor. Oh, and everybody just breathe there. Nice deep inhale. Nice long exhale. One more. Very nice. And then I just want you, wherever you are, just to kind of roll back up into either a sitting position on the floor or in your chair. We're just going to give that blood a chance to get up to the head. How's everybody feeling? Okay? Good? Feeling good? Does anybody feel tight? We're not thinking any other stretches today. You good? We can do a couple seated side stretches. Did you have a stretch, or are you just exiting the class? So Carol, we can just sit real tall. Let's go ahead and just do a couple side stretches before we go. Good, yeah. Then you'll prefer if you feel like you can, and come on back, and then we'll hit the other side. A nice stretch. And release. We'll do 1 more each side. Stretch. Release. Last one. Stretch. And release. Well done. How are you feeling? You're welcome. You're so welcome. You unmute yourself real quick.